Let's get into it. I'm actually doing this. I never thought that I would be in front of a camera talking to a group of people on any subject, but this is something I feel very passionate about. I believe it's my duty to do so. Welcome to my channel. This is the first video that I've shot or I'm shooting. Let me start off by apologizing because I'm a nervous wreck right now. So I'm gonna be fumbling over words, probably using a gazillion times. It's just nerves. I'm gonna try to express my emotions, and I want to try to communicate as best as I possibly can. So moving forward, I want to let everybody know that I want this to be as raw as possible. I want to be as honest as I can, and to be honest, that's just the only way. That's the way I do things. I'm not one to mince words. I say what I feel. Sometimes that comes off as a little harsh. That's just me. If I do offend you in any way, I apologize, and maybe what we can do or you can do is not necessarily post something publicly for everybody to see, but send me a message, send me an email explaining what I said. Maybe we can have a discussion that way, and I can explain myself or the reason why I believe or I see things that way. So what I want to do first and foremost is thank everybody for the wonderful comments that were left on the video that I shot with Manny. They were in the thousands. I think there was like 26,000 comments that were left, and I would say 99% of the comments were positive, and there was 1% of those comments that were negative and hateful in some regards. And I actually received some comments personally as well that weren't publicly shown, but it's something that I want to address just because I think people are just misinformed. Like I said, I'm going to address those, and we'll continue to move forward. I want this to be a positive experience for everyone. Sometimes we'll be talking about things that aren't so positive just because it's related to the topic. We'll just try to move on. Like I said, hopefully we can change a negative into a positive, because that's literally what I did. I was a negative person towards the LGBTQ community, and now I'm trying to be an advocate for them. There's hope for everybody. What I want to do with my channel, and to be honest, I don't know where it's going to take me. First of all, I'm not the most creative person, so in regards to content, it's going to be pretty much Q&As, just telling my life experiences, things that I can relate to, and hopefully I can say things and help them through their struggles so they can get to a place where they're supportive for certain individuals. I have very supportive friends and family that have told me that I need to do this to help people, and I've seen that already transpire, and I'll share some of those stories with you later in the video. This is my office. This is where I do my lunar beauty work. It's a home office. I do travel to Manny's house occasionally to do work there, but yeah, this is my office. I have my tissue ready because I'll probably need it. I have my Fiji water, no plug there. People are probably saying like, what's that brush doing on his desk? Funny thing is, I was actually doing a test run on the video on the monitor here, and I noticed that I was like really shiny and glossy. So I don't know, I went to the wife's bathroom and I just grabbed, I guess, the most comfortable brush I can find, and I just started kind of doing a little bit of this, and I noticed that the glossiness went away. So I'll probably use this later on in the video because I'll get a little bit sweaty and glossy. Please send me your questions. I've already received a bunch of them. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to cover them all on one video. I'm almost positive I'm not gonna be able to, because there was quite a bit. There was a lot of direct messaging and then the ones that were on the public comments. So what I'm gonna do is just open up my Instagram account, and then we'll start off. I'm just gonna go down the line with the comment or the questions that people have. First one: what advice would you give to the Latino community to help LGBTQ gain more of their support? I feel as if the Latino community has a hard time accepting us for who we are because of the culture and religion. So what advice would you give to other Latinos to help them accept the LGBTQ community? Being a Latino myself, I know the struggles for the Latino community. I consider myself like an old school cat. My dad he's a straight up OG. They did the best that they possibly could do with me, or can do as parents. There really wasn't much discussion about the gay community back in the day when they were growing up, especially living in Mexico and then coming over to the United States, becoming citizens. There wasn't much talk. So I can't really blame my parents for not knowing, I guess not bringing up the topic in family discussions. But I think going forward in today's day, we need to have those discussions. programs, and we need to have them on a regular basis. We need to show our youth from a young age that they need to be accepting of all people, of all colors, of all races, everybody. We're all human here, and we should be accepting of everybody. Going back to your question, I don't want to generalize just Latinos. I think this is for everybody. To be more accepting, you need to educate yourself and be more aware of what's out there. Again, I didn't know anything about the LGBTQ community until later on in life, maybe my teenager years, but it's something that I wasn't aware of and I didn't have no knowledge about. Fast forwarding, going to when I had the struggles with Manny, I took it upon myself to educate myself. I started reading articles on the internet regarding parenting gay sons or gay daughters. It's something that's readily available to everybody. For somebody to change though, they gotta want it. It's very difficult to get somebody else to want something that you do. It takes a lot of time, and you definitely gotta come up with a plan. I don't think approaching it guns a-blazing to an individual or your parents is a way to go. If you can, maybe involve a family member, if you have any, that's accepting and that knows about it. It's a difficult conversation to have. I do remember when we had the conversation with Manny, he was alone. He didn't have nobody to reach out to have that discussion with us or maybe kind of soothe us into it, even though he had his mom. And I think she knew before I did, and they probably had their discussions before I knew about it. You definitely need to have a plan to approach somebody about it, and hopefully you have somebody that could help you with that discussion. It's a very difficult situation or topic to discuss just because people take it so rough when they do hear it. They usually get upset about it and don't want to talk about it. It's kind of like, I don't want to hear about it. They're thinking hopefully they'll change or they'll grow out of this, whatever, but you're not gonna grow out of it. It's you. It's part of your life. It's in your DNA. I'm not sure if I answered your question. Like I said, it's a difficult question to answer. Hopefully, in some of the comments that I have later on in the video, it'll kind of all tie in, because I will speak about experiences myself. So let's continue with the second question. What was it like filming with Manny and seeing the setup of it all? Filming with Manny for the first time, it was our video that we shot last month for Pride Month. It was difficult. Me sitting in front of a camera it's a daunting task for me. I'm nervous. And you wouldn't believe how nervous I am right now. I think he gave me a certain comfort level just because he's an expert at it, and I was kind of just like going off of his vibe, and he was kind of steering the car or steering the conversation where I needed it to go. It made it easy. I love my son. I'm one of his biggest fans. I've kind of seen him in that setup filming. Again, I never thought I would do it myself. At that point, I just felt that I needed to, again, share my story and try to help people overcome certain situations that they're going in their life. Hopefully we can do other videos down the road and maybe have some Q&As or whatever. It all depends what you guys want to do. Next question, and I might need my glasses here because damn, this text is small. How did you go about explaining to other possibly religious family members, and did you have to let go of those that did not accept Manny? So this is a tough one, and I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but our family is Mormon, also known as LDS. So in my side of the family, I was born and raised Catholic. We have Catholic on my side, and on my wife's side, they're Mormon. So I was converted after marrying my wife. It was kind of weird because on both sides of the family, you have two different religions that you're dealing with. On one, you have a Catholic, old school Catholic family, and then on the other hand, you have a Mormon family that has certain views. Same with the Catholics. And what I can say in regards to religion, again, I want to be 100% honest with you. To this day, there's been certain things that have occurred in my religion that I don't agree with. There's actually a documentary that just came out not too long ago. It's called Believer, and I believe it's the one who made it was the lead singer from Imagine Dragons. I believe that's a good thing. But it's a very, very powerful documentary on being gay, being Mormon in the Utah community. But there are some things that are brought up in that documentary that I'm hoping people will see and see the gay community in a different light. This is a very touchy subject in our family. I'm not gonna lie, and that's why it's a little bit difficult for me to say these things. I was one of them. I was a person that that believed it was a sin, that my son was living in sin. He was going to be damned for the rest of his life. I know that's all BS now. I sought answers. I believe 100% God loves all. And you might not believe in the God that I believe in, or whatever higher power you believe in. Know that every human being is equal in his eyes. And that goes for every religion, every person on this earth, and God accepts everybody. It was a difficult time when my son did come out. It put a strain on our family, and again, religion was one of the main reasons why. Because people are probably going to ask, like, well, why do you continue to support a religion that views the gay community like that? And what I can say about that is, when I was brought into the religion, there was a few members that I became really close friends with. Certain individuals might not know of any members or any people, any person in that religion that see the gay community in the way I do. But I actually have close friends that are in positions in the church that have some authority. And one of them, I consider that guy my brother. He's of Tongan descent. I call him my Tongan brother. And I love that man. I love that individual. He's such a good-hearted person. Probably one of the biggest hearts that I know. And he helped me through some difficult times in my life. I don't know how to thank him, to be honest. Like I said, I'm going to be going off track here. So going back to the question, it was difficult for us, but I wanted to continue to have religion in our family, just because religion, in my eyes, there's a lot of family values. For me, family is everything. I wanted us to have a close-knit family, and I always want that. And I want that for my kids as well. And I'm going to support my son no matter what, 100%, whatever he wants to do. And did you have to let go of those that did not accept Manny? Yeah. So again, there was a few individuals at church that I became very close with, and that were loving to Manny regardless of who he was and what his beliefs were. They loved him as a son. Again, those individuals I continue to be friends with, but there are certain individuals that I no longer talk to. And it's not necessarily that they came out like publicly and verbally said things, because that probably wasn't going to happen with me. If somebody were going to say something to me in regards to my family, we're going to have issues. We're probably going to have some I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm a complete maniac. I will do anything for my family. My family knows that. My friends know that. And people that I've dealt with in the past know that. And there comes a point in time in your life that you have to stand up to people. And wherever that takes me, that's going to take me. I'm not saying those people are bad in any way. It's just that they're, what's the term? They're not woke. They got the blinders on, put it that way. I'm hoping down the road that they can see they're wrong and make it right, because they are good people. It's just, I think they haven't been exposed to somebody in that community that could turn their views around like I was. So I'm hoping that answered your question. We'll probably touch on that subject down the road, because I know that it's a huge subject, and I'll probably have to expand on that a little more. So I'm gonna go on to the next question. Can you do more videos with Manny? Yeah, I definitely plan on doing more videos down the road. I just don't know when. Maybe it's not gonna be any this topic related. Maybe it's me doing something, or him doing something. I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll definitely do videos down the road. How long did it take for you to fully accept Manny's choice to do makeup for a living? I don't know exactly. I think I made a reference to that in the video. I don't know what year or what point in time I was accepting of that. Just know that before I actually knew Manny was doing makeup, I think he was already in the late teens or probably early 20s when he started that. I already became accepting of him, already making that transition. So it was much easier for me to accept that. I was already in that process of becoming a loving father. It wasn't hard for me. I took it hard when I found out, but it was a lot easier transition, or a lot easier for me to accept him doing makeup compared to when I found out when he was gay. That was completely like night and day. What advice would you give to parents of young boys that have a passion for makeup? And I've actually received quite a bit of comments on this. The only thing I can tell you is what not to do. And what not to do is don't treat them any different, I guess. Don't love them less. Be that supportive parent as much as you possibly can. Even though you might not understand it, try to educate yourself as much as possible. I'm a firm believer that everybody can change. Everybody can go from point A to point B, but you got to put effort into it. If you're having difficulty loving your son or daughter that you feel that might be gay or have gay tendencies, I'm not sure. Love that individual. Love your daughter and son as much as you possibly can. Whatever they choose in life, that's their decision, and you should be there to support them 100% regardless of their decision. I'm doing that. I'm going to try to continue to do that with all my boys. Yeah, sure, there's going to be times where I don't like a decision they're going to make, and I'm going to be honest with them. Does that mean I'm going to love them less? No, absolutely not. I'm going to continue to love them and always love them. I know in some households it'll probably be difficult for either one parent or possibly even both. And if it's both, especially with young kids, they can't really do anything at that point. Hopefully they have like a loving aunt or uncle that can help them with their family members and their situation. And I don't know the best answer for that, just because there's so many variables that come into play. All I can say is love conquers all. I made a reference to this in Manny's video as well. The kid that you're having a difficult time with is the same kid you brought home from the hospital. You shouldn't love them any different. That's pretty much all I can say about that. In your opinion, why do some parents turn against their kid when they come out? I want to say that it's probably just the unknown. People are scared of the unknown, and they don't know how to react to it sometimes. Thinking back when Manny came out to us, I didn't know anything about it, and that's what kind of scared me about it, I guess. I think it's just the unknown. That's why parents turn against their kid when they do come out. And hopefully they get the answers. Hopefully they are open-minded enough to seek the answers, that they can become the parents that they should be. Does it always happen? No, it doesn't, and it kind of sucks, but it's the truth. There's some parents that are going to be supportive from the get-go. There's going to be parents that aren't supportive from the get-go, but eventually turn around, like myself. And then you got other parents that are just turn their back on their kids. It's a heartbreaking situation, and hopefully they can become that supportive parent. And what do you think is going through the parent's mind if or when they kick their kid out or disown them? I can't put myself in that situation, because I don't think I would ever do that. It doesn't matter how much my son, I don't know, that's a tough one, because I can't wrap my head around that, why parents would do that. I know why, just because they kind of feel betrayed, I guess, in a certain way. Or I hate to say this, but I think organizations or people around them kind of dictate what they think about certain individuals. For example, religion. I know religion has a lot to do with some of these broken homes. And it's sad, because religion is supposed to bring families together, and it does the opposite sometimes. You have to make that decision at one point in time, or one point in your life, that fuck everybody, I'm gonna love my kid no matter what. It's a harsh thing to say, but it's the truth. If you're struggling with something right now, or you're struggling with your religion telling you that your son or daughter is living sin, or they're gonna be damned for life, whatever the case may be, take your kid in your arms and tell them that you're gonna love them regardless of what other people think. I want everybody to know that if you're struggling out there with the situation, and this is more really to be intended for the youth out there, know that there is help out there. Know that there are people like myself and other people in this community that love you and that want to see you do well. We don't ever want to see you give up on life. There's too many of our kids that are in dark situations where they feel helpless, but you're not alone. There's people out there that are willing to help out. It's just a matter of finding them or getting in contact with an organization that can help you find somebody like that, because I don't ever want you to feel the need or the want to give up. There's always hope. I came from a point where I had so much hatred and so much, I guess, animosity towards the community that I wasn't there for my son. And I know you're probably dealing with the same situation with either one parent or possibly both parents. I can't tell you that your parents will change. I just don't know, to be honest. They can possibly change. At least I want to give you some sort of hope that things can change and can turn around for you. And if it doesn't for you at home, find somebody that will love you, a family member, or a friend that you can hold on to and get through these difficult times, I just want you to feel hope. Hope that as a society, as people, that we will change and that we will be there for you. I'm hoping with these videos that I do that I'm able to touch the hearts of some individuals and I can see their family members for who they really are. I want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to do this, for supporting me and giving me the encouraging words that I needed to do this, because again, this is such a difficult thing for me. I'm not comfortable doing this, but hopefully it gets easier for me. I was literally standing in front of this stupid camera or sitting in front of this camera for an hour and a half, trying to put myself up to do this. And what helped me is I actually logged on to my computer and looked at some of your comments to give me that encouragement to move forward with it. I happened to read one of the comments that came in not too long ago that I hadn't read before, and she basically said that she had came out to her dad. She showed her dad this video. The dad reached out to her and says he wants to be more like the dad on the video. That means so much to me, to know that our video touched at least one dad, to help him understand that there is hope out there. Again, thank you everybody for all the love and support that you've shown myself and my family. And I'm hoping this journey can take us into a positive place where we can make change and touch somebody's life or lives out there that can be more loving to their family members. So I appreciate the time, and until next time, thank you.